Alright guys, we're back with some more MXGP 2021. This is the track editor review, and I didn't put it in the main review because I just had way too much to say about it, and not in a good way. It was really disappointing because it's pretty similar to last year, but worse, okay? That seems to be a reoccurring theme with the game. I'm actually pretty upset about it. It's like, it has so many bugs and weird glitches in it. It just, I don't even want to play it. And I'm not trying to be negative, but it's the cold hard truth. It's just not good. It's really bad, and it's unfortunate. So let's jump into it and check out why. So the same as it was last year, you have 4 different biomes to choose from: the orchard, plain, woods, and quarry. Like, as far as I can tell, they're the exact same. This is the orchard, and I'm showing you the options you have in the editor, like the jumps and stuff. All that, as far as I can tell, is the same. Exact same stuff. They didn't give us anything new. It's all the same. Nothing different. Also just showing you the different options you have for the jumps and the corners. And jumps, I guess I'm not really surprised they're the same. And I guess I can be okay with that. But the corners, I was really hoping they gave us some corners that had roughness in them. Or maybe the inside berms that they put in the game. I mean, something to change it up, to add to it. But it's the same, nothing different. And this isn't the worst part. There is a worse part. Believe it or not, there is something that is worse. The glitches. So the camera, when you get out a top-down view, there's a large part of the pieces. The camera zooms in so close, you can't even see what you're doing. And you can't fix it. You can go to a different part and maybe the camera zooms back out, but if it isn't the part you want, you can't see. And it does matter because some jumps you have to get it like perfect, otherwise it just doesn't build right. And then here you see where the camera's going through the map. It's going through the map. I can't now. Not only can I not really see, I can't see. This happened not just once in a while, but it happened all the time. Like, all the time. It was so annoying to build. And it's just really frustrating. And then if you want to go back and edit the track, check out what happens here. That's a tabletop. It just cuts off the end of it. What the heck is that? What is that? You can't play on that. This is unacceptable, man. This is so bad. The MXGP track editor is not that great anyways. I mean, 2019, yeah, they put it in the game, great. But it wasn't really very good. 2020 was a bit better. It was the same, but they gave us the maps that had some elevation in them. And that was cool. You know, as far as MXGP goes, that was probably the best editor we have. This is the same, like identical. As far as I can tell, the maps are the same. The quarry, I'm not sure because that wasn't in the game when it came out. And then by the time they put it in, I wasn't really even playing the game. So I don't know about the quarry, but everything else was the same. Like, to a T. The pieces you can use, the maps, the HUD, everything. All the same. So I mean, I built this track pretty fast, and I didn't really try to edit it because I couldn't even do it. As you can see, the camera was so bad, or the game got buggy and cut the jumps off really bad or whatever. So most of the track works pretty good, and that's just really lucky that it does, because there's one part on the track that doesn't really work at all, but I didn't want to go back in and fix it. Because the editor is that bad. It's so bad. It feels really lazy. It's just the same, but worse. I didn't have this many bugs and glitches in the game last year. So The editor, I mean, MXGP doesn't really have a great editor to begin with, but this is bad. Bad. I'd prefer they take it out and give us something different. And then the finish line, it's really, 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 really picky where you put it. If you don't put it exactly where the game wants you to, you can't put it down. I don't know why. I don't know why the finish line is so picky, but it is. So, yeah, also the jumps, it's always been this way because I suppose they don't want Supercross outside, but the jumps are all really rolled off. They're just not that great. If it's your first game, you might think the editor is kind of cool, but go play any Monster Energy Supercross game. It has a better editor. The Supercross 1, much better. 2, pretty good. 3, not as good. And 4, probably the worst. But any Supercross game, MXGP 2020, has a better editor. You know, I love that Milestone puts it in the game, but this is not good enough. And one new feature I guess they added is that you can test your tracks with your own rider. So your bike setup or whatever, usually it's like the past champion from the year before, from the pro riders. But this year, whatever bike you were using last is the bike you come in and test the track. So if you want to make a 125 track, you can use the 125 and build specifically for that. So that's kind of cool, but everything excuse me, everything else about it is the same or worse. The camera is so bad. It has to be fixed, and I'm not expecting a patch because Milestone generally doesn't patch too much. I mean, if it's really broken, they might, and I feel like the editor is pretty broken, but I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I love Milestone. I love that they make dirt bike games, but this just isn't good enough. So I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just telling you the truth that this editor is the worst part about the game. I'm not saying it doesn't warrant. If you want to buy it, buy it. This is just my opinion. I'm just showing you. But pretty much any of the recent MXGP games have a better editor than this. And any Supercross game has a better editor than that. So go try it out in a different game preferably. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.